That's the stuff that's assembling people's veins and utilizing heavy metals. He says towards the end of there, do the clay baths, and he's a brilliant guy. The clay baths pull the metals out, but you got to learn to do them correctly. And we all have to take responsibility for our health, because if you leave it to people you worship in white lab coats, you just put them in front of God. And if you worship lawyers, them, they call them liars in the UK. It's the same thing. People look up to them like there's something special. Excuse me? I don't think so. Doctors have one of the lowest life expectancies and the highest rates of suicides. And they admit, some of the doctors, if you ask them, their wives know more about supplements and natural stuff than they do. They don't know anything, and they don't want to learn because they were mistrained and had to memorize everything. That's not the way people are supposed to learn things. Memorizing everything is not the answers. Anyway, I'll throw it back over to you. That's pretty intense newsletters.
I appreciate that. That's some good information, and these are the things that we need to know, folks.
One more thing.
Go ahead, Ed.
Whistleblower exposes secret COVID FEMA camps. Now, they're building them right here in the United States, huge FEMA camps. And they're getting ready to do things. So everybody needs to stay sharp, pay attention, and alert everybody as to what's really going on, okay? Go ahead.
Edward. Edward, can you hear me?
I hear you perfect.
Okay, good. Truman, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Okay. We just actually went live on your YouTube channel 5 minutes ago. There's something going on with your restream. Either your client's locked up or your channel's not available. So I wasn't able to connect to restream, so I just connected your YouTube, your restream directly through StreamYard instead. So your restream is now up, but it just went up a few minutes ago. I'm just letting you know. So let's reiterate the ways to get on the program, to get into the Jitsi room if you want to actually join the show and suggest a topic or give or ask a question. And let's just go through the head start, as it were.
Okay. All right. That we can do. My name is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst from Good Shepherd Ministries since 1999. And before that, I've been doing this for over 60 years. And what I do is I research natural remedies. I then educate the people around me and the people that come to me so they know the latest information on time-proven natural remedies. These are the ones that work. These are the recipes that have stood the test of time and are still around. Some of them for many centuries. So these herbs and natural supplements and remedies aren't harming people; they're helping people. We talked a little bit earlier about life expectancy is less and less and less every year, and there are certain states that are the people are dying much sooner in those states than they have historically. We are dying sooner. We're not getting better. We're not living longer. We're dying sooner. And that's what the evidence is. And that's what we talked about earlier. And people need to know that. Natural remedies, that's not killing people. But the system that we have of not farming correctly, putting crop on top of crop on top of crop until there's nothing left in the soil, and then feeding it the fertilizer. So, but it's not. But then it's not getting all the minerals. It's just getting something that makes it grow, and there's nothing in it. And that's what people are eating. They're not getting the nutrients that they think they're getting. They're not getting the nutrients that their families historically got. It's worse and worse and worse, and people are becoming more and more sick all the time, and it's being covered up. Everything is great and wonderful in the pharmaceutical industry because they're reaping the benefits of all these people who are dying faster and faster because the system is causing them to do that. It's not you know what I mean? It's not like they don't really know what they're doing. The problem is they do know what they're doing, and what they're doing is not addressing the correct issues and making sure that people are getting a nutrient dense diet. People think, oh, you don't need to take a vitamin. A doctor will tell you, you don't need to take any vitamins or minerals, and that's because they don't, and they're dying faster than we are. So it's crazy out there, folks. And again, my name is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst. My telephone number is, and you've got an open mic that is really making a lot of noise, and I'm going to find it and turn it off. Okay, it's off now. But there was a noisy mic open. But my telephone number is 503-362-5899. I've been doing this for over 60 years. I'm a graduate ethnobotanist and phytotherapist with 2 PhDs. I'm a graduate master herbalist, chartered herbalist, master of herbology, and I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop, and I love Jesus Christ. And that's what we do here is we talk about natural remedies. We're not selling a product. I'm not prescribing. We're not diagnosing. We're not promising cures. We're talking about natural remedies and getting the word out. We're getting you the information that is going to help you to live better, live longer, and be healthier. And praise the Most High every day for it. So that's what we're doing here. And again, I've been doing this for over 60 years. I'm 82 years old in a couple of months, and I'm feeling younger and younger all the time because I know what to eat. I know how to eat. I know what to drink. I know how to. I know what natural remedies to use if I injure myself. If I'm coming down with the flu bug or any other illness, and I've fought off a lot of things my whole life, but I know how to do it, and that's what I want everyone else to be able to enjoy. Is to enjoy your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and your great great grandchildren, because that's the kind of thing that I'm doing at this point, and you should too. Now, if anyone has let's talk about how to join this broadcast, because it's all different. So I'm gonna bring up the way to join this broadcast is you click on the about button, or you click on the health discussions tab, and it tells you the ways to join this broadcast. And the way to join this broadcast is to simply click on when you go to the health discussions tab on herbalhealthreview.com, which is a website different than any other website in the United States. It's different. We'll tell you how in a minute. But how to join this broadcast?
Truman,
Click on the health discussions tab. Go ahead.
Your video is your internet connection is not very strong. So sometimes when you talk, your your sound breaks up and your video cuts out.
Hmm.
By and large, it's good. So
Oh,
I just wanted to let you know that had happened. And we're going to reiterate, go to herbalhealthreview.com. That's herbalhealthreview.com. Click on the discussions button and you'll find a link for Jitsi meetings. If you want to join the program and set a topic or ask a question, use the Jitsi meetings link and you can get into the meeting. If you want to dial in by telephone, the telephone number and PIN for this meeting is listed directly below that. Okay.
if I
So,
if I take that, I will lose it. So I'm going to decline the call.
okay.
Okay.
Now, can you still hear me, Truman?
I can still hear you.
All right. Okay. That was an issue. So the person that just dialed in, we're live on YouTube and we're also available in the Jitsi meeting app. Go to herbalhealthreview.com, click on the discussions button, and the Jitsi meeting link is right there, right on that page. Thank you, Truman.
And thank you very much. Um, so let's get over to this person who tried to call. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm going to give that person a link just in case they're trying to come into the broadcast. I'm not going to call. Don't call. Okay. Now I don't. But here is the link. There we go. Now I just gave that person a link, and I'm going to leave that right there. Come back over to the broadcast, and so what we're talking about here, folks, is a website like no other. It's called herbalhealthreview.com, and on herbalhealthreview.com, you'll find on a side panel here under miscellaneous information, a member intake form. Please click on that member intake form. And when you do, then you can fill out all the information that you want me to have, and you can get a consultation. So that's how you do that. Now, uh, and when you press the button here to submit your information, and by the way, if you're filling out that form and you see something that you don't know the answer for, just leave it blank. That's all right. It's okay. We'll take care of that later. But just fill out the form the best you can, and then submit it, and uh, and that's how that works. Then, knowing that that member intake form goes directly to me, and I have it in about 5 minutes, then I can pray over that form. I can answer all your questions. I can do research and send you and educate you regarding what information that you are telling me that you need. If you need information about diabetes, I will send you a diabetes report. If you need information about cancer, I will send you a cancer report so that you know the latest scientific, traditional, and historical information. So this is a complete system. And then when you see the report, and you're looking at a report that says make lifestyle changes diet system, which is a nutrient dense diet system that will make you healthier, help you live longer than other people. I'm the living proof that it works. So, but here it is. Here's a make lifestyle changes diet system. And as it tells you how much water you need to be drinking, and it gives you a product, the products that may be very, very helpful to you, such as B12 and folic acid drops, which will rejuvenate every cell in your body. See, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about nutrient dense nutrients and supplements that can change your very life and invigorate you and help you to get over all kinds of other things that you don't even know you have. because when you are getting these super nutrients, you start feeling better. So the first thing that's in there, and when you see that B12 and folic acid drops, you can click on the link, and it takes you over to where you can uh, purchase the product, and I get nothing from the sale of any product, but I give you links to where you can actually see what we're talking about. Now, no one else can do that because it's not because the government said that that's banned. You can't do that. That's why we went to court, and the chief federal judge of the Western United States says no. Do not ban all this stuff, and leave Dr. Berst alone, and go after potato chip manufacturers. And then she said, call me on the telephone if you got anything else to say about this, because you're never coming back into this courtroom. You're never filing any more paperwork against Dr. Berst, and go after potato chip manufacturers and leave natural remedies alone. And that's why this is the only system like it, because no one else has done that. No one else has been successful against the federal government. And that was God. God did that. It was God that opened the way, not me. I was there, but it was God that opened the way. But see, the thing about it is, see, you can click on that B12 and folic acid drops, and then when you do, you're looking at B12 and folic acid drops. You can put it in a shopping cart. You can order it, and you can get a discount. The discount for 20% off happens to be GOCC. That takes 20% off your order, and I get nothing from the sale of any product, and that's it. So, but just know the system is complete. So when you're looking at something like the vitamin D, and you know what's the problem with most vitamin D? It's in a capsule. It's in a capsule, and it's a gelatin capsule, and people don't want to eat gelatin. But here is vitamin D in a liquid. 1 drop equals 1,000. And if you go to a doctor will normally
Excuse me. There's a bathroom up here.
It should be around the corner over there.
Okay. Let's see if I can mute your microphone so you can have your privacy there. Okay.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We can, let's see over here. Where is it? I know I can do this. Okay.
No, he already muted himself.
Oh, okay. That's good. Thank you very much. And I will get back to here. All right. So what we're talking about is a complete system. And
Truman,
yes, go ahead.
it's Brother Al. It's good to see you. You were. I knew that threw you off. I was laughing. You were right about talking about vitamin D.
Yeah.
And you went in and talked about the gelatin, and then that happened. You're just gonna say, well, what you have.
Yeah, they were talking about vitamin D, and we're talking about the fact that most vitamin D, you go to the store, you can't find a liquid vitamin D, so you got to buy a gelatin capsule with vitamin D in it, and people don't want to eat the gelatin. So then they have to poke, have to squeeze the liquid out of the gelatin capsule, so you don't have, if you want to take it, and then you don't get all of it because there's still some in the gelatin capsule, and you have to throw that away. But what I'm saying is this system, where we're looking at a Make Lifestyle Changes diet system on this website with all this information that you're not supposed to have. But there it is. And it's not only there, but it's complete. You can click on the products and you can order them. The liquid sunshine is a liquid, and 1 drop equals 1,000 IUs of vitamin D, D3. Now, when you read the report on vitamin D3, when you're taking a big dose of it, because everyone is deficient in it, 90% of the people are sick because they don't get enough vitamin D. But they're not getting enough of anything if they're eating food from the grocery store. If you're buying your food from the grocery store, you might as well you could. And then they charge. And then the grocery stores are charging you double, triple what if they used to charge you. Go to a farmer's market, and that's where you shop. Get and shop organic. You want organic farmers. That food it has to have when you got organic, then it's got the minerals in it. Then you're eating what you're getting what you're eating. You're eating what you're getting, and it's organic, and it's got everything in it. But this Make Lifestyle Changes report is the tip of the iceberg. It's the foundation that you stand on, your diet. Because if you're eating fast food and ordering fast food and you're not getting anything, and over a period of time, your body's going to prove it to you, because they're going to tell you you have something you didn't think you was ever going to get, and because that's what's happening. People are coming down ill because they're not getting any nutrition. But this diet system is a diet system that gives you all the super nutrients, supplements that build you up and make you strong so you can overcome anything. And not only that, it's so complete that it gives you a power drink that gives you super nutrition. And it's giving you something that people never eat anymore: nuts and seeds and melons and berries, all organic. These are the things and eating this way and having that power drink and putting all those super nutrients in your power drink. That's why I'm 82 years old, but I'm not 82 years old. I'm 82 years young. And you need to be too. I mean, and it's not something that you can't do. It's something that I disciplined myself to do, and it's working, and I need to share it with you. So here it is, this diet system with a power drink, and it gives you all these super nutrients, and it tastes delicious. And then it gives you plant-based meal plans and plant-based recipes. So you're picking the meals you want, the food you like. You're not eating something you don't like. You have whole food, plant-based meal plans and recipes, and you're picking the meal plans you like. You're picking the recipes you like, but then you're doing something that nobody's doing. Well, not nobody, but very few people. What are you doing next? You're taking the food you like, and you're looking at an acid alkaline food chart, and you're picking 60% alkaline and 40% acid. Unless you have cancer or an autoimmune disease, then you're 70% alkaline and 30% acid. So you're making sure you've got an alkaline diet, and that's the system. Now that's a foundation you can stand on, and you can have energy to burn and no illness. Okay, that's the way that works. So that's where you start. Then you get back over to this system, and you click on common conditions, and the common conditions aren't just the common conditions. There are all kinds of health disorders, and so you start looking at the list of health disorders that I've done the research on, like abscesses, acidosis, how to get rid of acid reflux, how to deal with abscesses, acne, adrenal fatigue, alcoholism, allergies, alopecia, hair loss, Alzheimer's disease and dementia, anemia, anxiety, depression, PTSD, arthritis and rheumatism, asthma, bronchitis, fever, hay fever, respiratory diseases, autism, bipolar and brain disorders. And autoimmune diseases and low immune system, and hundreds more. And that's the ones I've done the research on. But when you fill out that member intake form and send it over to me, it's an online form. When you click on that and fill it out online and send that to me, then you're telling me everything that all your health the things that your challenges, all your health challenges, what your current health condition is. Then, with 60 years of experience, I'm able to send you back all the answers that you can't get anywhere else. Then you know what to do. You know you have a protocol of what to take, when to take it, how much to take. You get started on it, and then you come back in this room and you say, "Okay, wow, this is incredible. I feel I don't have asthma anymore. I don't have arthritis anymore. I don't have allergies anymore, etc." And thank you for the brain focus kit. They don't have dementia anymore. So that's what's happening, and that's why I'm here, is to make sure that you know what's going on. But that's it. You not only do you have that, but you've got an about tab that gives you the complete healthcare system. So when you click on the about tab and you go down into that, it's going to ask you for a donation, because this is a ministry. I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop, and that's what this is all about. I'm not here selling products. I'm here to try to talk you into taking better care of yourself, using some natural remedies, getting some great information that's taken me decades and decades and decades to use, and to figure out how to which ones work. And then you get down in here, and it asks you, where should you start? You would start with that member intake form, and you click on the member intake form. Then it goes down here and it asks you to make a donation to this ministry, $195 for a lifetime membership. I dare you to go to your medical doctor and tell him, will you give me a lifetime membership for $195, where you're going to tell me what drug I need for the rest of my life, and that's all, $195 one time? Your doctor will laugh at you. But I'm not laughing, because I'm serious. For $195 one time for a lifetime membership, then I can spend the time researching and keeping this, updating this website. I'm constantly updating it and editing it. And then you can email me, and you can call me on the phone, and you can come into this room, and we can see how you're doing. And maybe you've done maybe you've done a liver cleanse, maybe you've done a kidney cleanse, and maybe you need to do another one. Maybe you need to do it twice. Maybe maybe there's arthritis, and you'd like to know the best arthritis formula that ever worked for anybody, because I used to have severe arthritis and I don't anymore. It's gone. And I want to tell you how did the herbs I used to do that. And that's what this whole broadcast is all about. It's all about letting you know that you have a way to call me on the telephone, 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. Or you can email me, Truman, Truman, and it's just like that website, herbalhealthreview.com. Truman at herbalhealthreview.com is my email. Truman, Truman at herbalhealthreview.com. And then we can get in touch, and because I know that everybody knows someone who's fighting cancer. Everybody knows someone who has diabetes. Everybody knows someone who has arthritis. And these people aren't getting any help. They don't know where to turn. They don't know what to do. But here's where to turn and here's what to do. And that's why we're here. So that is to acquaint you with who we are. Let's get over to the room, because in the room, what we do in the room is, and I'm looking for the room again. Is this the room, or is that the room? Oh, where? Okay, I clicked on the room, but it's okay.
You were in here. You just can't find the tab that you're on.
I'm back in the room.
Okay.
And so that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to let you know who we are and what we're doing here. And then we have great contributors like Brother Al, who is, man, he's full of wisdom. And then Brother Edward, another great contributor, who is always sharing his great wisdom. And man, that guy does a lot of research, that Edward guy. But so does Al. But it's wonderful, you know, that these are people that you're going to meet in this room that have a great deal of knowledge, and they're sharing it. And if you, or if you know what your grandmother or what your grandfather used to use, and the herbs they used to use, and the remedies they used to use, and you'd like to share it, come on down. Let's make sure that everybody gets this information of what to do and what to use, and that's what this is all about. That being said, Brother Al, did you have anything that you wanted to hear about today or talk about today? And his microphone is muted. He unmuted it.
Dr. Truman. Hey,
You
how
had
you doing?
to share today, Brother Al.
Yeah, I really appreciated what you had to say there about the minerals.
Maybe
The
not.
minerals are very important.
You're unmuted, but I don't hear you saying anything.
Oh, you don't hear me saying anything.
Okay.
You can't hear me?
Oh,
In
his
that
sound
case-
cut out again.
In that case,
How about now?
all right. I'm going to go ahead and leave Brother Al muted for the moment, and let's go visit
Truman.
with Charissa and David. Would you like to unmute your mic? Do you have any question or suggestion today?
Well, I just appreciate everything that you're doing tonight. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
My mic isn't working.
Charissa, he can't hear you. He's
Maybe.
going to have to
Oh,
back out
okay.
and come
All
back
right,
in.
I better back up then.
Okay, I'm
No,
wondering what
that's
happened
okay.
here. I need to
He's
go back in
when he
again.
switches to a different screen, or when a
And
phone call
I
from
can't hear
dial pad
anyone.
meetings comes in,
So
shuts his
Probably have
sound
to work
channel
for
off.
a little while, Al.
Brother Elford was trying to talk, and it looks like Charissa was trying to talk, but
Let's see if we can get the message to him
back
with
in
chat.
again. But I will. I'll do that
Can
right now.
anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Alan. Give us
I
just a
can hear you,
moment.
Al.
I hear you.
Absolutely. This stuff
he's
takes
gone.
a minute right now. He'll be back.
Yeah, okay.
Good stuff. We'll just wait for him to come back.
We're still working the bugs out of the new platform. He's got like 1,000 tabs open. So
Oh, I know he always does.
when he switches to something that actually sticks a finger in his sound channel, it's kind of like trying to stick a finger
Now
in
I
a
can
dike.
hear you.
Really, it's
Oh, he
like,
was just talking about you. You missed it.
Oh,
yeah, but we were
well,
saying all good
probably
things.
I'm probably glad I did miss it, because we're struggling here with this new
Yeah.
Yeah.
this new format. But what I want you to know about this is that we're on many more channels than we ever have been before. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to grow here. So, sometimes when you're growing, you fall down and have to get up again.
I am fine with it. I am very patient. I appreciate everything you're doing. Just keep up the
Absolutely.
work and don't give up.
No, we never give up. We
Never
we
give
don't-
up.
No,
There you
no,
go.
no. We're
There you
spiritual.
go. Thank you, Alan.
Okay.
Oh, you bet you.
Hi, Ellen. So I missed what you were saying. What's going on, my friend?
First of all, one of your technical issues, you might consider getting another small little laptop just to broadcast off and run everything else off the other computer. I'm glad to see you're getting other forms. And the reason I'm saying that is I've picked up a little Windows laptop that I do the same thing with now. I'm watching you and I'm working on one over here. I never thought that would be me, but it is. What you were talking about, the minerals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the food's nutritionally dead. And I, I'll tell you, you can go to the store and I mean, it says organic on it. All right, it says organic. Well, the beef also says grass fed, and Walmart selling you the grass fed beef. I'm a vegetarian, but even the grass fed beef, what that means is another purchasing agent went and bought some cows that been fed grain their whole life and put them in pasture for one day, and then they come along and buy them. And they can say they're grass fed.
You are kidding. You're kidding. Oh no.
No, all of it. But the food's minerally dead. They grow up with all kinds of chemicals, fertilizers, phosphates. It's all bad stuff. I got into organic gardening. I do bees now, and I learned about a product called amzomite. It's rock dust, is what it is, and it's got all the minerals on it. And they said, "Man, you put this stuff to your plants, boy, will they grow." Well, they weren't lying about it. Man, my plants just sprung to life, grew. And I've heard the same thing about soil in Alaska because it hasn't been depleted. It's been frozen. That cantaloupes get the size of basketballs and all that stuff. My mailman was from Alaska. But I got looking into this rock dust. And I found out, well, let me say it this way because I'm not going to say you're supposed to. I decided to take it. How's that? I did a little research and decided to start taking some. And yeah, I highly recommend looking into getting your minerals because I just realized we don't recommend nothing either. Forgive me, I'm still learning how to speak on what I say. What I will say,
Brother Al, that's one of the reasons why I'm really big on minerals, and I'm Dr. Salve. He was always telling people to get Irish moss, seaweed, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm always reminding people that Irish moss seaweed has got a lot of minerals in it.
And what I think is so, Dr. Berst, what I think is so amazing is that all of this information is right out there at our fingertips, and it's the cure-all, but nobody seems to understand. I've already invited 2 people to come on these Thursday night calls, and one with cancer, and it's just kind of like people are stuck in a rut right now, and they can't believe that there's anything else, that there's anything out there that can help them.
That is a very sad thing. That's a very sad thing because and not only do we have so many people that just can't believe that that what's going on, that they're not getting nutritious food, and they just they don't know that. But then when they come down with cancer, then their family insists that they take the chemotherapy, they take the drugs, they go that, and then the people are dying of the chemotherapy. They're not dying of the cancer.
Yeah,
that's right. And also on the minerals, just what you're saying right there on the minerals, you hear about people like, oh, well, she's up there or he's up there and he fell and broke his hip. No, he didn't. His hip broke and he fell. That's really what happened. The hip broke and he fell. It's called osteoporosis, and that's from the mineral deficiency.
That's it.
Amazing.
You know what? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
You know what? I have all the studies on osteoporosis that the government did. NASA did. Actually, they hired a private company to do the studies. The bentonite clay and the zeolite that comes encapsulated in it is the only thing that they ever found that addresses and reverses all the osteoporosis from the weightlessness from the astronauts. I have like a huge report on it from many years ago. I saved everything. So osteoporosis, when I had a lady that was hunched over, I put the clay on her back, man. It worked wonders. Piled it on real thick. And internal use of the bentonite clay will certainly stop you from having osteoporosis progress in your body. Go ahead.
Yes, so we're talking again about bentonite clay, which we've been talking about fairly often here, and that's because the bentonite clay is a super nutrient that has all kinds of benefits, and people don't they just aren't aware of how incredible some of these nutrients are. Here's the bentonite clay in a cleansing program there, and there's bentonite clay in a cleanse and detoxify kit, and here's bentonite clay in a cleansing program again, and another detoxify kit, and here's bentonite clay all by itself. But you just can't go out and buy bentonite clay from anywhere. All bentonite clay is not the same. You've got to have a really high quality bentonite clay, and that's what Edward has his specialty is that he knows about a high quality bentonite clay, and so do I, and that's why that's the kind and the quality of clay that Edward and I were both talking about, the same clay, and let's take this topic just a step further, because I want to talk a little bit about bentonite clay, and I want to go to a credible source. So,
Truman, can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. I'm not sure exactly why your sound channel keeps dropping out. It might be because of some tabs that you're switching to, and you're not sharing your screen right now. So while you're navigating around to stuff, you're seeing it, but the other people are not. And your bandwidth is not great, so you might not have the bandwidth to share your screen anyway. So just explain this stuff as though we're not seeing what you're looking at.
Well, can I share screen? Can I?
Well, yeah, you can try it. Give it a shot.
Okay,
I can hear you loud and clear and see you really good, Dr. Truman, over on Meet.
Okay, I'm going to share screen here because I want people to be able to see what I'm seeing. Can you see that I'm sharing screen now?
Yep,
I can. Yeah.
All right, let's get over to this bentonite clay report, because I really want to get into explaining why bentonite clay is so important. And while bentonite clay has been used for centuries around
Thousands and thousands of years.
and to promote better health and to ward off diseases. Those living in the US and Europe have, for the most part, only recently become familiar with bentonite clay. What is bentonite clay used for? Bentonite clay, also called calcium bentonite clay or Montmorillonite clay, is now taking off. People are finding out about it. It's taken off as a wellness trend among people who are looking to help naturally improve their skin's health, detoxify their bodies, and improve digestion, for just a few things. Individuals in various cultures refer to bentonite clay as healing clay. Since it cleanses various parts of the body, it's possible to enjoy bentonite clay benefits by taking it internally. In other words, drinking it and eating it on top of using it externally on your hair and skin. Let's get into what bentonite clay product is composed of. It's an ash taken from volcanoes. and this particular clay that Edward and I are talking about is one of the oldest volcanic ash bentonite clay deposits, and it's one of the oldest ones on the planet. Is that right, Edward?
43 million years old, and they used it to replace the 97% pure green clay in France in the chocolate candies for the children that were having obviously bad symptoms from the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. And in 6 weeks, all the children's symptoms cleared up. When you use bentonite in your life, it's going to absorb all the radiation if there's ever nuclear fallout. I always tell people to keep large amounts of it in their health chest in case things go sideways in this country. You've got what you need to fix all stab wounds, bullet wounds, burns. It instantly becomes the bandage. It's totally antiseptic, and it heals all skin injuries overnight. It is so amazing. I wanted to call Milton and have him come on here because you referred Milton to me, and his father just got out of the hospital, Philip, and they sent him back in to get radiation. And I said to his wife, Ingrid, why did you bring him back for radiation? They said it was because they put a stent in his chest and there was some cancer cells around the stent. I said, they're lying. Don't ever bring him back for radiation again. I said, if you bring him back again, you're going to destroy his health more. They sent him home on home hospice. I said, how's he doing, Milton? He said, it's amazing. We put some of the magozone in him, and everything's changing from day one. The next day, things change. Okay, you got to get him off of the oxycodone, any pain meds from them. You cannot give it to him. It'll interfere with saving his life. When you send somebody home on palliative care, they're sent home to die, okay? And he was having pains. I said, no more of the morphine, no more of that stuff. And I got him some cannabis, CBD oil, and he had the best night of his sleep night before last. Are you still hearing me?
I lost sound again.
Yep. He
All right, I'm going out,
keeps
coming
switching
back
around.
in again. This is interesting.
Just
All right, folks,
okay.
stay with me because I have to go out and go back in again.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what channel or what tab he switches to that drops him out. But come on, Truman. There we go. Edward, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I don't know what's going on with his system, and we're working the bugs out of it. We're figuring it out. Don't we have fun, Alan? Ain't this a hoot?
Go out and come back in again.
There you go. Now you're back. You get it.
And thank you for staying with us while we are experiencing some difficulties here.
Can you hear me?
I think you can hear me again. Edward, can you hear me?
I hear you.
We're talking.
No.
You're loud and clear on me, Dr. Truman.
Edward cannot hear me.
No, you got to go in and out again. He doesn't
what
hear
happened,
us.
What are you calling in, Edward, or what platform?
No,
are you
I'm on.
What's
I'm on
going on here.
Yeah, he's
1,
on
2,
Jitsi.
3, 4.
If you call him in again, it'll throw him off.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
He just bailed. He just bailed. He'll come back in.
He'll come back on. I guess I can continue talking about the magozone. It's still recording anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, the clay. I could go on, probably bring on some people that'll tell the history going back
Can you
thousands.
hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
You hear us now?
Can you hear me now?
Yep,
No.
I can hear you.
I seem to have lost my mic. I don't know.
No,
why.
I'm hearing you, Dr. Truman.
Oh, we hear you.
Okay. Looking at the mic. Whoa. I click
It's
on
that
that.
we can't
threw me
hear
out.
him.
Whoa.
So I'll pop him a chat message.
Okay, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you
Definitely
hear?
can hear you.
Hey, Truman.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sure
Yes. Okay. What did you do to fix it? Because you weren't hearing us a minute ago.
I just flipped around in here until it finally worked.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
that
Oh, too bad.
I-
You
I
that
play a
answers
lot.
that question.
I play a
Absolutely.
lot.
That's the go-to.
didn't-
Okay, we're back. Okay.
So, hey,
So
the calcium bentonite clay
Yes.
adsorbs AD like in David, adsorbs to its especially elongated surface, and absorbs a B like in boy into itself internally 33 times its own molecular weight in positive ionic matter. What is positive ionic that might be inside of you, your body? Poisons, toxins, unwanted bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, and radiation. It pulls it all out of the body. So what's going on with Philip up in Canada that was sent home on palliative care? They did what I told them to. They piled the clay on top of his surgery where they put the stint in, and they piled the clay around his back and on his pancreas around his front and wrapped him the way I told him to. He's having the most amazing recovery and increasing the mago zone constantly. And I got him on CBD oil. He had the best night sleep of his of so long, he said, the night before last. And so did his wife, Ingrid. She said, when he sleeps that well, I sleep good. And he's up walking and everything. This man is going to live, and he's going to disappoint anyone. And she was totally not for it, Milton told me. I was going to call him and tell him to come on here and tell everybody. His wife didn't believe in anything. She just thought he was, and now she is gung-ho. They're doing only organics, raw organics in the blender right now. They said, well, Milton says, when can he eat regular food? I said, start him on some salad, but don't let him eat any other things. I don't want no carbs in him right now. No meats, no nothing. Just do the superfoods and the raw foods. When a person's that sick, you don't want to stress out their system any more than it has to be. And you want to give them the most bang for their buck, so to speak. Meaning, if you're only going to eat a little, let it be supercharged. Let it be all superfood. Spirulina, chlorella, ginseng. Bee pollen is amazing superfood you can take all day long. That'll in it, especially for people that are so sick and needing nutrients. But staying on the clay, when you wrap somebody's body like that, what it's going to do is pull all the blood to those areas, reoxygenate them, which helps heal them. But it brought him so much relief. He didn't even need his pain meds. He hasn't taken them now. And that was the hardest thing, to make sure, because if anybody keeps taking those pain meds from the pharmaceuticals, which is, the root word is pharmakia, which means sorcery, it interferes totally with the healing process. Everybody who wants to get well with stage 4 cancer and they're dying, it's not difficult to fix as long as they do all the right things, period. And they disappoint everybody who wanted their properties and whatnot, or the doctors who expected them to die. They're not going to die.
Yes.
I handle emergencies like that all the time. Okay, I get calls every week, and
Okay.
Dr. Has been giving me emergencies like that, and we're fixing everybody.
Okay. All right, Edward. Let's get back to
One more thing.
one more thing.
He also got some of your different products to put in him, and I'm not sure all what he got, but I'm going to find out.
Yeah, because he he's getting well. He's doing
Oh
the right
yeah,
thing. And,
amazingly. Milton said it's absolutely incredible. You can't believe the difference in his
And-
mental clarity, his energy.
and one of the most important things is his family member who was against natural remedies is now supporting him and encouraging him to take natural remedies, and that's huge when your family members are behind you.
Totally, she's totally a believer now.
Okay, let's get back to the report here, and we got a report that we're working on and finishing up. I just have to find it one more time. Okay. No. And I'm almost afraid to hit the button here to
Truman.
find where it was. Yes.
Truman,
You can drag whatever tab that you're looking at.
Yes.
You can drag that tab off to your other monitor
Okay.
and then drag Jitsi or leave Jitsi up on one monitor and
Yeah.
use your share screen on the second monitor.
Okay. Let's try
You
that.
get what I mean?
I got it. Let's go do that. So now I'm going to get back to that report. I'm dragging it over to the other monitor. I'm coming back to where we are. I hope I am.
Now you got to go back to the Jitsi room and reshare your screen, but now you'll be sharing monitor 2. Can you hear me or did your sound disappear?
And I can't see up underneath there. And I hope that I am.
His sound went out.
Let's go.
Yeah, his sound went out again.
he's good over here.
Well, we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
There we are. Can you hear me?
Dr.
No.
Truman, you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's the switching. It's the switching tabs that's shutting his sound off.
Yep, I can hear you, Dr. Truman.
Yep, he's got to
Can you-
back out again.
Al, you can hear me, right?
I can.
Okay.
I hear you.
And Edward hears me.
Can you
Well,
hear me?
And Alfred, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hey, it worked.
golden.
All right.
And I did what you said that I should do. Now I'm going to come over here and see.
Share the second screen. Share the second monitor.
Share the second monitor. Now I've got to figure out how to share the second monitor.
Just go into Jitsi. Go into Jitsi to the share button. Stop sharing your screen. We're working the bugs out of this.
Dr. Truman, what you was talking about, people
Okay.
picking up natural remedies. What got me started in Florida, what got me excited was I found out about soursop and then making tea out of the leaves. I wanted to grow some. I actually started to grow some trees, and I moved to Florida and Arkansas since that. But it was amazing how many people over here got diagnosed with cancer, couldn't afford the treatments, moved back home to Mexico and all that, and met somebody that showed them how to take the soursop tea out of the leaves of the tree, and it went into remission and gone. You know,
Yeah,
And,
soursop is great.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great stuff.
Yeah. Yes, it's one of the main ingredients in the number 1084 a group of herbs I put together for cancer. Again, I'm not promising cures, prescribing or diagnosing, but there is a formula 1084, and it does have soursop in it. Yes, it does. We're now we have this up on the screen now, where we're talking about bentonite clay, because
But you're still not sharing your screen.
it's not sharing that screen.
No, I
You
don't see
gotta-
your screen, but I hear you loud and clear and see you.
Okay, then now I'm going to try to figure out how I could share that screen.
Well, just share it like you were sharing your screen before. You're just sharing a different screen.
That's why I took the screen and I took it over here and I dropped it right on my main screen, and that way I'm looking at everything, including the report. But
Can you
I'm-
see yourself?
yes, I
Can you see the Jitsi meeting?
Yes, I can. I
Okay.
see everybody in it, and I'm seeing the report.
Okay. Hover. Yeah, but you're not sharing your screen. Hover over the menu in Jitsi and turn on screen share.
I got it. I got it. I found it.
There you
There
go.
we go. That's what I was looking for. Now I'm sharing the main
We got it.
screen, and I can. Yeah, thank you.
Oh
Finally.
yeah.
Okay,
There you
but
are.
you were
Bingo.
supposed to share the other screen.
But
Just
I'm
okay.
looking good here. I can see your screen and I see everybody on the side.
All right. I'm going to share the other screen. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
share the
I'm
other
gonna.
screen.
I'm
That way
gonna-
you
Oh, I
don't
see
have to
you,
exit out of Jitsi.
I'm going to stop sharing. Come over here. Click on the share screen, and click on the other screen.
And don't
And-
share system audio if it's not necessary. There you go.
All right. Now,
Got it.
now, okay. Now we're sharing that screen, but you don't see me. Now you're not seeing this screen.
No, everything is fine. We're seeing your screen. We're seeing everything you want to talk about.
Okay. All right. And what we're talking about here is bentonite clay. And bentonite clay is a product composed of ash taken from volcanoes. The clay is dried in the sun. It's filtered, then sold commercially in several forms, including as facial clay masks, ointments, pastes, and hair treatments. when this clay, this bentonite clay, is mixed with water, it forms a thick paste. And technically, bentonite clay is an absorbent aluminum uh, phyllosilicate clay. That's technically it's the largest known source of bentonite clay. Well, is found in Benton, Montana, where numerous volcanoes are present. The name clay stems from the town where today much of the supply is still harvested. The other name that bentonite clay is typically given, Montmorillonite clay, stems from the region of France called Montmorillon. Montmorillon is where the clay was first discovered. Today, the clay is harvested in mostly in the U.S., France, and Italy, and so
I'll tell you something. If you can hear me, yes.
I hear you.
There are two other companies that own parts of that particular subterranean 43-year-old mine. Those companies do not sell to the public. Their business is nuclear disaster radiation cleanup. That's what they use bentonite clay for. It will save anybody's life. If you ever get hit with serious amounts of radiation, you better know what to do with it and have it right away.
Yes. So the other name, the name of the clay stems from the town where today much of the supply is harvested. But the other name that bentonite clay is typically given is the Montmorillonite clay because it comes from the region France called Montmorillon, where it was first discovered. And today the clay is harvested mostly in France and Italy. And bentonite is actually the trade name that the clay has been given from. But people, for the most part, speak about Montmorillonite and bentonite clay interchangeably and are referring to the same product. But bentonite clay stems back far in history and as a traditional healing method for protecting the body from disease. It has been reported that several traditional cultures living in regions of the Andes and Central Africa and Australia have applied and consumed volcanic clays in numerous ways for centuries. Because the clay is readily available and requires required no modern processing, it's easy to see why it's been a popular and cost-effective way of detoxifying the body for quite some time. What are the benefits of bentonite clay? As explained more below, we're going to get into this. Healing skin conditions, bentonite clay, aiding in detoxification processes, protecting against bacterial infections, supporting digestive and respiratory processes, aiding in dental health,
Oh, yeah.
supplying nutrients, potentially helping with weight loss, and many more things. And here's how it works. It helps to expel toxins and heavy metals. It has antibacterial properties, and it fights off various pathogens responsible for disease, such as E. coli and the virus that causes staph infections. It contains a range of nutrients. Bentonite clay is known to have an abundance of minerals, including calcium, magnesium, silica, sodium, copper, iron, potassium. It nourishes the skin and the hair by balancing oil production. It's removing dead skin cells, clearing clogged pores, and fighting bacteria. Bentonite clay can help to reduce the negative effects of toxins that we encounter every day, such as those given off from paint, cleaning supplies, markers, used in building homes, low quality unpurified water, and even pesticides. Bentonite clay essentially seeks toxins, that seeks them out in the body to bind with due to its chemical composition. Then it acts like a magnet and a sponge, absorbing harmful substances so that they can be removed from the body. While in its natural state, bentonite clay has negatively charged molecules. Most toxins and heavy metals have positively charged molecules. The clay is negatively charged. This allows the two to bind together easily and stay united while the toxin removal process happens. Heavy metal toxins usually refer to substances like mercury, cadmium, lead, and benzene. Among binding, bentonite clay is able to help remove meats, toxins, chemicals, and impurities from the gut and the skin and the mouth. Additionally, bentonite clay is used to reduce the presence of toxins in the food supply and animal feed. Some people also choose to use bentonite clay as a supplement since the clay is a natural source of important dietary nutrients. When ingested into the body, either in a drink form or by eating the clay, its vitamins and minerals are absorbed similarly to how a supplement would be. Calcium bentonite versus sodium bentonite. There are two types of bentonite clays. While calcium bentonite is used on the body, both internally and topically, sodium bentonite has more industrial uses. Sodium bentonite clay is used as a natural sealant. It's a sealant, such as to seal roads, lagoons, landfills, and ponds. It has natural swelling, which is 15 to 18 times its dry size when combined with water, making it an effective hole plug. It'll plug a hole because it just expands. It's also low cost, environmentally safe because it contains no chemicals. no additives or toxins. It's commonly mined in the state of Wyoming, and both of the betonites contain a percentage of other minerals as well as sand, silt that is filtered out. But because calcium bentonite is a non-swelling bentonite, it doesn't serve the same purposes for industrial uses. The top 12 benefits and uses of bentonite clay: it supports skin health, treating oiliness, poison ivy, dermatitis, and wounds. Benefits of bentonite clay for skin include balancing oil production, the sebum levels, the preventing acne blemishes, alleviating redness due to irritation, inflammation, fighting allergic reactions from irritating lotions or face washes, treating skin ulcers, helping sunscreens to work effectively. Some studies have found it can even help treat poison ivy. When combined with water and left to dry on the skin as a clay mask, bentonite clay is able to bind to the bacteria and the toxins, and it can help to remove these substances from the surface of the skin and within the pores, helping to reduce acne breakouts. This, thanks to the clay's special ability to act as an antibiotic treatment when applied topically, bentonite clay can also help to calm skin infections like diaper rash, contact dermatitis. Topical application of bentonite clay has even been shown to help heal Buruli ulcers, which is a flesh-eating infection resulting from Mycobacterium ulcerans bacteria, generally seen in third world countries. It aids in digestion, removing toxins and digestive stress, causing chemicals and heavy metals from the gut. Bentonite clay helps to promote digestion. Research has also shown that in animals, bentonite clay can bind to particular toxins like aflatoxins, which are known to be in a rancid peanut, which causes cancer. Alpha toxins cause cancer, but bentonite clay binds up to particular toxins like aflatoxins that are common in the standard diet, found usually in improperly stored food products. When left unattended, an influx of alpha toxins can contribute to liver damage and potentially even the onset of certain cancers. In one study using cows, scientists found that bentonite clay molecules bound to bovine rotavirus and bovine coronavirus, and the two major viruses that contribute to gastroenteritis. They referred to as stomach flu in people. Variations of both of these viruses can also be present in human beings, thanks to the bentonite clay's ability to neutralize bacteria in the gut and kill viruses. Bentonite clay helps to alleviate many digestive problems. Some people even use bentonite clay as relief for nausea and vomiting, including pregnant women. Constipation, it helps to correct constipation and to help with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS.
The way it works for constipation, let's say you had cholera in the 1918 Bolshevik Revolution it lowered the mortality from 63% the bentonite clay to 3%. That's a negative 60%. But the way it works for constipation is you drink a glass of a 9-to-1 or 10-to-1 mixture, 1 part clay, 9 or 10 parts water, basically. And if you want to,
You're breaking up now.
if you
we've
drink
lost
a
you. Now
glass
you're
of
back
plain
again.
water right behind it, huh?
I say we lost you for a minute there. You
All right.
lost your audio, and you're back again.
If you want to loosen your bowels, you drink a glass of water right behind the glass of bentonite clay. I take mine in the morning. If I want them tighter, I don't drink a glass of water right after my glass of bentonite clay. You have a choice. You can control the flow of your bowels very carefully once you know how. And you don't drink whole glasses of bentonite clay every day. You don't need to. 2 weeks is sufficient to finish 1 gallon, and that's a full detox unless you're very poisoned. We might go a little further, but that's it. I maintain with a tiny bit of bentonite clay, like 2 ounces of a 10-to-1 mixture on a regular basis. It keeps the pesticides that you eat, all that stuff you're breathing in, it keeps it flowing out, gone.
Okay, and we're short on time. We got to get back to finish
actually,
this report. Thank you.
Actually, I think we've covered a lot on the bentonite clay. And earlier in the program, when we had sound channel issues and you couldn't hear Shar, you had asked her if there was anything that she wanted to know or talk about, or any question or topic she wanted to cover. Shar, are you still there? David and Shar, can you unmute and let us know if you want anything?
If not, I want to read something real quick. I'm just going to highlight it.
Was that for me or?
There you
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you were trying to
Edward?
talk earlier and Truman couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead, Charissa.
Okay, I just had a few questions on the PSA, about the PSA. It was kind of okay. Now it's kind of high again on a individual, hypothetical. And then the kidney, the creatinine has gone up again. So I think we probably need to do something about that. There's a lot of frequent urinating. So, but yeah, I was going to talk to you about that anyway afterwards, Dr. Berst. So you can either address it now or we can talk about it later.
Due to the fact we have very little time left,
Okay.
I'm going to call you off the air, and we will discuss that and make sure that you get your questions answered.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to thank you very much for sharing that with us, and thank you, Alfred, for helping me with that, and remembering that Charissa had a question there.
Thank you, Edward.
Go ahead.
Dr.
just-
Truman.
Okay. All right. And we had a question here that bounced through here. Somebody wanted to know about sensitive teeth. Sensitive teeth, clove oil. A drop or 2 of clove oil will help to get rid of sensitive teeth when you're brushing your teeth. A little bit of peppermint oil, a little bit of clove oil, and some baking soda, and you've got your own toothpaste.
Dr. Truman.
And there is a natural tooth care system that replaces toothpaste, and that's listed up on Herbal Health Review. Go ahead, Ed. Edward, go ahead.
That was actually me, Dr. Truman. I thought you was finished.
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Al. Go ahead, Alex.
All I was going to say is I'm sitting here going through this information on this doctor's acts and stuff. That's some good stuff. And this bentonite clay, when you started reading off a lot of the stuff that I did, I don't know if anybody noticed that the word coronavirus is in there, number 1. And number 2 is when they started talking about staph infections, like Florida, where I moved from, Florida's full of staph infections, and one of their biggest things is the MRSA
Yes.
up there.
And,
And
and
Oh,
man,
this week, the bentonite
would
clay
take care of
fixes the MRSA.
I
Yeah,
bet it does.
It does. It is the remedy for MRSA. Is bentonite clay. We are so out of time here. I wish
Okay.
I had more time, but
We
and
can't
I
go over. We're
I
not
did-
allowed to go over.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Since it was short, since he had to restart it, you're not allowed to go over.
We can go over a little bit, and we're going to at this point. But I don't want to go over, indefinitely. So that's why I'm trying to wrap things up here in various segments. Talking about, wanted to make sure that we got that remedy for the teeth. And look at the teeth report on herbalhealthreview.com. And we didn't even get to tell you how all of the wonderful things that you should know about bentonite clay and weight loss. I didn't even have a chance to get into that. I didn't even have a chance to tell you how bentonite clay works for the thyroid function. I did not have a chance to tell you all about how it stops the growth of 2 cancer cell lines in the laboratory. I didn't get to mention that either. And I did not.
Maybe we can go over it next week.
And I did not get a chance to mention about how bentonite clay boosts the immune system by killing off the harmful bacteria and viruses. I didn't get to get into that, but the full report is here. And anybody who emails me, Truman@herbalhealthreview.com, I will make sure you get a copy of the full report on bentonite clay that also talks about how it helps the respiratory health, how it helps teeth and gums, how it removes fluoride. It removes fluoride from the drinking water.
It removes it also from your pineal gland in your body when you drink it. It pulls the calcification of the fluoride off of your pineal gland.
There you go. And it's useful as a baby powder alternative, and it helps cleanse the hair. It has deodorizing effects and a lot more. And we're going to share all of that with you. Just email me, Truman@herbalhealthreview.com. And does anyone have something else that they wanted to share that they didn't have a chance to? Did I? Alan or Edward or
Dr.
Alfred
Truman,
or anyone, go ahead.
can you show the toothpaste care on the Better Health Herbs website?
The tooth care. Yeah, you want to go to herbalhealthreview.com. If you're on herbalhealthreview.com, you want to click on common conditions and then go down to T for teeth. And it will give you the most amazing tooth care system that you've ever heard of. It's going to tell you all about the teeth. So yes, you want to do that. Is there anything else that we need to cover before we do go for a closing prayer? Edward, did you have?
I would just read these words: dysentery, cholera, viruses, gout, herpes, permanently, stomach poison, intestinal poison, dissolves polyps, cysts, tumors, throat, esophagus, larynx, and stomach, intestines, and colon. It gets rid of the tumors in all of them. Clay is amazing. I can go on for hours about it.
I know you could, but we don't have hours. But I want to thank you. And now, did anyone else have something that we had to cover before we go to a closing prayer? I'm looking for somebody to open your mic and let me know you have something that you wanted to find out about before we go. All right. Something here. Okay. No. Okay. All right. Let's get to this closing prayer, and we'll be back next week. Tell your friends, and we're going to get better at doing this. This was our first time in this particular scenario, so please forgive us for the problems that we had, but we're going to get better and better because that's what we do. Now, we left off.
Dr. Truman,
Yes,
first
go
of
ahead.
all, First of all, we thank you for your time and everything you bring, and there's no reason to apologize, brother. Thank you.
All right, you're very kind. Thank you very much. I just always want to do the best job possible to help everyone. And where we left off in the Bible was the last page in the King James version of the Bible, Revelations 22, and we left off with verse 6. Let's go to verse 7. Jesus will come quickly. Verse 7, Revelations 22. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the saying of the prophecy of this book. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I heard and I seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship God. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And 12, the bright morning star. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, and the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, and that may have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. Come, Lord Jesus, for I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. He which testifieth these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so, come, Lord Jesus. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen. So be it.
Good word. Good word. Hallelujah. All
Amen.
praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. Let's open up the microphones and praise the Most High together. All
Hallelujah.
praises to the Most High. Praise,
Praise
worship,
the Most
thank
High.
you. All praises to the
Thank
Most
you,
High
Father.
God.
All praises
Thank,
to the
praise
Most
you and
High.
worship you. In Jesus Christ's name, Yoshaya. So be it.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Everybody have a blessed week.
Blessings, blessings, everyone.
Blessings to all. Have a blessed weekend.